Well, hello there, SPAC friends and family. It is shortly after 2 o'clock here on the West Coast, and it's Tuesday, so you know it must be time for SPAC Chat. And today I'm so excited to introduce you to a whole bunch of people. Today we have a speaker sneak peek for our upcoming conference in Vegas, January. And I have a few announcements at the top of the hour. So, first of all, if you have not registered, now is the time to make the best investment for 2026 in your business. It is coming to SPAC, where you're going to get over 89 hours of education, 2 dedicated trade show times, and food. Yes, we actually feed you. We also have on tap some of the best entertainment, including a magician and a mentalist for our Vegas show on Thursday night after our award ceremony. We have a photo contest that you can enter. We'll be sending all the details for the photo contest in January, including a list of the categories we have. And that is just the beginning of what you're going to gain at SPAC. This has got to be one of the premier volume photography events of the year. This is where everyone comes to network. At SPAC, we love to collaborate and not collide. Don't worry about your competition because there's plenty of business for you all. And we want to be able to provide you with the best education and the best businesses to support your business to make sure you meet all of your dreams in 2026. So I'm going to go ahead and bring on our current president. And if you don't know who he is, well, you might be new to the SPAC, and that's okay. Make sure you get to know him. Calvin, come on board.
Hey, Corey, thank you for bringing me on board. Hello, folks, and welcome to another edition of SPAC Chat. We are gearing up. I think Corey shared with us that there's 56 days until the next SPAC conference. It's unbelievable that a full year has passed already. And the challenges that we've had in business and in our personal lives throughout this year have been pretty unique. We're seeing unique things across the industry as well as around the world in our personal side of things. Today, we've got some presenters, people that are going to have volunteered to be a part of our organization and to provide education from their experienced position to the masses, to the group that'll be in attendance. They're going to share with us some of the insights on, or some of the things that they'll be talking about, and what day and time they are actually going to be making their presentation, as well as the specific location. And I certainly hope they jotted all of that information down before we started this one. Corey mentioned that this is arguably the most significant conference. It is, without a doubt, the most significant school sports and volume photography conference in the industry. At this time, we're floating over 1,000 people being at the conference. It's all inclusive, meaning the fees that we charge for the conference are inclusive of meals, the banquet, and a host of other things. We think that that's a value add that's pretty much unbelievable. The other thing, oftentimes we hear people talk about, I'm not going, I have a job, this, that, or the other. Do everything you can to move the assignment or to have other people ready to go so that they can do the job, because the one job that you're going to stay for, I can almost guarantee you that your experience will cause you to gain more of those jobs and to generate more revenue from those jobs by missing that one. So you got to really make a choice as to what's the value proposition and which one is going to be more important to my sustainable long-term success. Remember, an individual account is important while you have it. They're important when you don't have it too, but it's not sustainable. You've got to figure out how to grow the business by expanding the market that you're serving, by improving the products, improving the services that you're offering. So let's get started. I'm going to pull everybody on stage, and then we're going to let them introduce themselves, and then we'll go one-on-one and let them share what they're going to be talking about. So let's, Miss Cheryl Bashor, give us an intro, who you are, what part of the country you're in, or the world, and what the company name is.
I am from central Pennsylvania, the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania. I am, I mostly do chair dance and gymnastic photography, all the girl stuff, and a lot of education and mentoring and teaching. And I'm so excited to be back at SPAC. It is honestly my favorite week of the year every year.
Wow.
Just the connections and being with everyone and all my best friends and all my new friends that I get to meet. And I can't wait.
Absolutely wonderful. Harry, you are one of those. Come on and talk to us, man. You've got some stuff to share.
Well, I'm from Norway, first of all. So
Very
I'm
good.
located in the US, so it's quite late here in my end of the world. But yeah, thanks for having us on board. I mean, us, it means that we are a bunch of us, international speakers coming along for the pre-contract. Well, I will be speaking about online proofing.
Well, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that in just a moment, but we need to know who you were. And I love that you led with that. We're coming out of Norway, because it tells you how valuable this conference is, or perceived to be, by people in an international audience. We've got people coming from all over the world to this conference. Now, the school photography and sports photography markets are different in each of those places. Just as they're different on the West Coast to the East Coast of the United States, things are different. It doesn't mean that there's not valuable information, valuable tools and processes that we cannot learn from each other. They can bring it here and they can take ours back. It doesn't matter, because it uplifts the entire industry. Brad Scott, with Interstate Studios, you have been here since you had black hair, man.
That's right. There's been quite a few changes.
I was thin and I had hair, so it's been a long time. Brad, talk to us. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, thanks, Calvin. Yeah, I'm the West Coast Regional Manager for Interstate Studio Franchise. Been in the industry, and the only industry I've ever been in, for 40 plus years. Looking forward to SPAC every year to share what I've learned through the industry for all those years with those that are just beginning. And then also, it's always great to commiserate with others that have been in the industry as long as I have. There's always little tidbits that you pick up during every conversation that is either something new or a reminder of a good idea that you've long lost, forgotten. So I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, Brad, I think that I have to call you on a number that you called out, that 40 plus. I think it's almost 50, buddy.
It's getting close.
I was there too. We both had diapers on, remember?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Brad's dad was Frank Scott. He was one of the people with School Pictures Incorporated through many, many years. And did you guys switch over to Portrait World at that time also?
No, we weren't Portrait World people. We were Del Mar, Jostens, that kind of loop.
There it is. Okay. Wonderful. Hey, Zach Reininger? Zach, with the photo guys, talk to us. Where are you coming from? You're on mute, Zach. Uh-oh. We're not getting you. Okay, Zach, you're going to have to work on your sound. I'm going to go over to Lexine, and then you work on your settings, please. Lexine, you're going to have to help me with the last name.
Of course. Oh, it's Malady. I just became Malady.
Okay.
Yeah, recent. Fresh married.
Okay. All right, then. How are you? And tell us about who you are, where you're from.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Lexine. It's very French. You want to rhyme it with poutine, poutine. So I'm from Canada, in around Ottawa, very small town. I've been doing school photography, volume photography for the past 5 years. So we've really been growing a lot thanks to SPAC, It's because I went to SPAC that it's just growing. And I'm super excited to be a speaker this year.
Hey, that's the evangelist we need. Somebody that says, I've done it, and I'll tell you, it makes a difference. That's wonderful. I hope we can get the gentleman back, the last one back. Corey, would you get in touch with him, please, and find out where he is? I appreciate you. All right, let's get started with Cheryl. Cheryl, let's talk about what you're going to be sharing at the conference. And it'll be, let's go from there.
Well, I am actually really excited because the last couple years I have been jumping into pricing and talking about pricing in such depth. And I used to always do shooting demos, and I'm actually going back to my roots. So you guys talk about, I've been doing this for 30 plus years, and I'm going to just cut it at 30 because I'm not going to admit anything past that. But it's just going to be, and it's been a couple years. And when Corey came to me and talked to me, I'm so excited about bringing this back. And it's just a live shoot. You get to watch multi-posing, headshots, dynamic shooting, the silhouettes, how I create the multi-posing, which creates the high prices. So people who know me know I charge a lot, and you have to value yourself and make sure that your imagery supports that. So for me, it's teaching people how to shoot the imagery that supports the pricing. And it actually translates from people from the portrait world that want to get into, the volume world and not sure how, all the way from the new volume shooters trying to grow. I started you're right, Bob. I did start when I was 10. That's why I love him. But it's all about growth. And what someone just said about SPAC, when we all started coming to SPAC, the growth I've seen in my own self over the last how many years has been phenomenal. But it was going to these classes and learning what's the next step. So for me, it's teaching people how to stack their galleries with so much imagery that mom wants to buy all and pay all this money. But you can't expect a mom to spend that money unless you give her the imagery to go with it. So it's going back to my roots of teaching the multi-posing. I will have my models, they're flying in with me from Pennsylvania. So if everyone got to see them last year, they'll be back again. And so that's a great advantage for me because it's a beautiful, elegant dancer, a gymnast, a cheerleader that you get to see in action. And
Cheryl,
all of it. Go ahead.
You said one thing and it caught my ear, and I believe you said it, perhaps I'm interpreting, but what I thought I heard you say was that for those that are transitioning from a formal studio type setup where there's a limited volume it's not as consistent and repetitive year over year, this is how you came in, and it's what you've applied your techniques to allow you to provide the high quality photography services, but at a greater volume level at higher prices. Is that accurate?
Yes. I think people don't understand that volume photography to be successful is system.
Mm-hmm.
It's not walking in and tripping over yourself and not knowing what to shoot and guessing and I composite everything, including dance. It's understanding what systems in place from your setup to how to scale bigger, how to you have one light and one camera and one backdrop, and how to take that and create a system after system so that you can be people that walk in on volume and they take one picture, 2 pictures, 3 pictures, wonder why they can't make a lot of money. You have to give people gorgeous creative imagery that when it's put in their hand, there's value created. So it's not just wowing mom and I'm all about the experience and all the rest of that, but it is about creating gorgeous imagery easily, repeatedly, over and over again. And everything.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. And if I recall, you found that, I believe you said, not today, but I've heard you say that you're selling all digital products and high demand for all the poses, highest price on the price list, boom, because you're giving them the type of imagery you're giving them. Is that accurate?
Yes. People are always freaked out by my pricing and how I get there and why I get there. And my average order value was like second highest in the country this year for Got Photo. And that blew people away. It's because of the imagery you give them. If you give them the imagery to look at, I give mom so much to see that she just buy all. And people keep talking about, I just saw it today on Facebook. Somebody wrote, well, what about people stealing screenshots?
Yeah.
Get over it. That is not affecting me. My imagery is stunning. Mom's buying everything. I do not, and knock on wood, it's, you have to kind of step outside the box and create an experience and imagery that puts you at that next level.
But before we go on, and I really appreciate you sharing this information, but I just want to focus in on what you were talking about and the concern that people have about people stealing images and wiping off the watermark. This is something that we can't even bother wasting time chasing. You cannot stop it.
It's
no different. And most of us were around when Napster came along, and all of a sudden, we could get music from anybody free. I think it was back in those days. This is just something that has been fought forever, trying to protect your assets. But I want to take it a different place. While we say, hey, stop beating yourselves up about it, most businesses, including the bank you bank with, have what's called shrinkage. The grocery store, if a dozen eggs gets dropped on the floor, it's gone. Yeah. No matter what business you're in, you're going to have some level of shrinkage. And this is just an element of shrinkage. Build it into your cost, build it into your price, that I'm losing 5% of my images online. Raise your prices 5%. You got to figure it out and then concentrate on building the business and stop chasing the pennies and missing the dollars. And I think that's an important lesson that we all have to learn.
I agree. Photographers don't value themselves. End of story. How many of you out there have done a wedding free for your friend? Are you kidding me? That is exhaustion. Are you out of what industry asks people to do free things other than photographers? And my biggest thing I send home is value yourself as a photographer. Value what you do. Value your craft. Value your imagery. Value the experience. And once you do that and you believe in yourself, and honestly, that's why the demo, what I'm teaching is they see how to create the imagery. I'm not saying it's easy. That's all a learning curve for people. But learn how to create the imagery, learn how to beef up your galleries, raise your prices to match, and value yourself. And then you won't care anymore what you just said about shrinkage. I could care less if a mom posts on Facebook a picture with a screenshot with my logo on it. I smile. It's advertising. End of story. I don't ever shame. I don't write on Facebook, I can't believe you stole my pictures. Let it go. But I charge a lot of money. Like Trish just said, if you saw my galleries and when you see my imagery and see, I teach people how to multi-pose, create all of that, and keep pushing that envelope. Once you give people, and it transpires to any sport. I do a couple schools. I don't announce it. I keep it very quiet because I'm not a school photographer. I do a few. I treat it just like my sports. I treat it the same. And I charge a lot of money and I multi-pose them and I have all these buffed up galleries. But it is, honestly, it works. And it's just starts with come in the door and I will give you a hug. I hug everyone. And hang out.
And your date and time for yours is going to be?
It's Thursday at 1:45, I think. I think that's right. I think.
Right. Well, they can look it up in Hoover.
Yeah, and come and Hoover. I've been trying to get on there a little more, so come interact with me. I'm going to start putting some posts and polls and things like that in there. As we get closer, I like to get more involved with Hoover. So I am starting to check it, so feel free to check in with me. And I'm excited to see you all. Come to the class, and I promise you, and anyone that's been to my classes, you won't leave not excited.
Outstanding. I don't want to be a cynical or anything, but you mentioned that thing about shooting a wedding for a friend. How much of a friend are they really when it comes down to it? Here's the kicker. We're entrepreneurs. We're independent business people. Our living is made doing what we're doing, what we're talking about here. Right. What part of your friend's work do they do or are they able to do for you at no charge?
They give you a bottle of wine or a picture frame and they think it's all better. And I'm like, not that that's not great. And thank you for the wine. But in my mind, let me just be a guest. I don't ask me because I can't, a lot of times photographers don't want to say no, or they give you this discount, or they do these things, or how many heartstrings can you take my kids' pictures for their Christmas card? It's only our industry. You don't walk into a store and get a free shirt because you're buddies. It's not a thing.
Cheryl,
It drives me insane.
Cheryl, we look forward to seeing you. I'm going to push you downstream now. Let's get on to Brad Scott. Let's talk to Brad. Cheryl, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Hey, Brad, how you doing? Let's go, man. Talk to us.
Thanks, Calvin. Well, I really appreciate the opportunity SPAC's given me and to be able to present this year at SPAC. Our class is selling to schools. Start strong, stay steady. Now, we're talking about schools primarily because Sage Crum and I, who will be doing this class, that's our forte. But a lot of these principles that we'll be talking about apply to all sales and all volume sales. So if you're thinking about getting to schools, it'll be a great class for you. If you're already in the business and just want to start kicking in another gear, this will be a great class for you. We start off Thursday morning, 8 a.m. sharp. So right after the welcome reception and all that, the very next day, Thursday morning, we start off. So if you're excited about growing, you feel that's a big part of your business now where you're ready to take on more schools, get up in the morning, have some breakfast, and let's go ahead and get started. We are, by the selling of Sage Crum will be working with me, has been a sales rep for Life Touch for 20 plus years, ton of experience getting into schools. I've managed all types of sales reps for the last 30 years of my career for all across the country. So a lot of the things that we'll be bringing to this class is what we talk about daily in our franchise world, because those guys are in it to grow business. They're entrepreneurs and they just want to go. So these are some of the things we share with them. We're going to be sharing with everybody because they're good, practical ways to gain business. So the start strong part, it's all about preparation, making sure that you have an elevator speech when you get into schools. A lot of, that's an old term, it's been around forever, but not everyone has one. And so to be able to get your message across in a succinct manner that the school understands and values, and that shares a little bit about you and your professionalism and really what you're trying to achieve with their school and why you want their business, is important to get nailed down. And so we talk about that a little bit. We talked about how it's a numbers game, that depending on what your sales goals are for the year, it all depends on how many schools you need to reach out to. We'll be talking about various ways to contact schools and the value of each means of contacting that school, what you hope to get out of it. We'll, of course, we'll get into the presentation. We'll get into the close. And, the thing is, we only have an hour for this topic. And we're going to be pumping out a lot of information. Come prepared to take notes. We'll be available, afterwards for that 10 minutes or whatever, where we're in that zone. But we also have a booth there, booth 221. So if you don't see us around during the meeting, you know where you can find us during, that time of the day when we're all out there looking at the exhibitors. So, and you can come up at that time and say, hey, I got an individual problem, this one school. How do I approach it? How do I sell it? We're happy to get into that level of detail with you. It's fun for us. So please ask us. It's really, that's why we're into sales. It's a challenge and it's a lot of fun, and we're all competitors, and it's great. So,
Brad, one of the things that I key on in some of this conversation is that you talk about reaching out and the elevator speech and that sort of thing. One of the things that is critical in my mind's eye is that you understand what is your unique selling or advantage. What do you present that's unique to a school administrator, to a sports league, etc.? You should know the market. You should know what your competitive landscape is. What are the products and services being offered? And what do you do that addresses the school's needs different than what they do? If you can do that and you can find the hot button issue that they may have, they'll switch vendors.
That's right.
And no account is owned by any vendor. Period. All accounts are open season. It's the wild, wild west. If you can go in there and offer a unique buyer's benefit that they say this has great value, I think I need to move this direction, then you won the account.
That's right. That's right. And and it's been said many times, the relationship business.
Yes.
So in that story of yours, you're building upon a relationship. People want to learn about you.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to learn about them, and that's how we get accounts.
The other thing is, Brad, if you can share with us what's your perspective of the landscape of the industry with some of the shifts and changes that are taking place, both technologically as well as the transitions of companies, because we've had a lot of turnover, a lot of change of leadership, shall we say, in the industry.
Yeah, no doubt. It's really been great with technology, how we've been able to reach out to parents more often to get them to buy. Before we couldn't. It was a one-time swipe or a couple attempts, but now that's changed. And so we're getting higher buy rates because of that. So technology has been wonderful that way. The whole landscape is about to flip. And this course is perfect timing for that.
Mm-hmm.
We won't get into anything directly, but I think you can get a sense of, if you follow some of the things we're going to bring up, you'll be a success at reaching out to schools that you thought weren't available to you in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So we're really excited about the timing of it. And, the people that have already signed up on AHOVA to attend the class, I'll be reaching out to you to see what is it that you're looking to get out of it. There's a broad range of people coming to SPAC always. People are just wanting to get into the industry, to those that want to improve themselves. So we're going to try to dial it in where we touch base for everybody. We don't want to dumb it down too much, but we also want to keep it elevated for those people that want, to get value out of that as well.
Fantastic, Brad. As usual, we know what you're bringing.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity again, Calvin. Thank you.
Yes, bring it. We really appreciate you, man. Look, I'm going to move over to Harry. Harry's in Norway, and it's late in Norway. And so if we can get him up here right now, we can let him go. He might stay to the end, but hello there, Harry.
Hi there,
man. You've been at this for a minute, and you put together some unique things with the international segment of our conference, and you're bringing people are coming in from all over in the European and African, South Africa. So it's going to be a very enjoyable and engaging international event.
Well, absolutely, indeed. And the speakers we bring along are very, very talented in their field. Business owners, been around for more than me. I've been around for 20 odd years, and they've been even longer with very large businesses, very successful businesses, because of their mindsets, willingness to think differently and act upon it as well. So there's tons of knowledge for the pre-con track for the international speakers for sure. Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, what are you going to be speaking to?
I will be kick off the event by diving into neuromarketing, communication as the path of gaining success in the online ordering space. From what I learned over the years, it's not about having a shopping experience, it's about customer journey, and customer journey starts with communication. So what we have seen over the years is the lack of focus on the communication part. And if you do it properly, it will increase your sales for sure. And also profitability if you also incorporate new strategies within your business internally as well.
So did you say neuro marketing?
Neuromarketing is a new hype.
Neuro, neuromarketing. Very good. We are continuing to evolve.
You need to look into your brain and understand how it works. And if you do that, you can actually use the momentum of selling something which people don't really need, like school photos.
Outstanding. Hey, also, I believe that we have another vendor that uses your product here in the U.S. As well, the NetLife product. Is that Done.photo?
Yeah, they're helping us out in the US market for sure. So
Okay. All right.
yeah.
And I know that they're a vendor also, so I want to make sure that we mention them because they'll have a booth at our conference as well. Will NetLife have a booth at the conference?
No,
Okay.
we don't attend trade shows, but
Okay.
we do have an operation in 38 countries around the world, in all continents of the globe, and many of the speakers coming along are people I've been working with for, well, years.
Oh my goodness, fantastic. Okay, what day, time are you going to be on?
On Wednesday. So we kick off the Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. And then we continue all the way through 3:30, if I recall right.
So are you one of the pre-con courses?
That is correct. Yeah.
Fantastic. So folks, remember, pre-con has some in-depth study and information that's being shared. And it's a separate process. It's a separate event ticket or access type of thing. And you can just go online, even if you've already booked and registered for the general conference, you can go do the pre-con now. You can sign up for that and pay for it so that you can be a part of it. Remember, these speakers are coming at no charge. You know, the what we collect in the revenue and resources that SPAC charges for various things goes directly back into the organization. We have one paid member of our organization. That's Corey. And it's a full-time job for her. So you already know the value she brings to the table. And now that you're talking about this international stuff, don't, Corey, don't say it's a lot more work. But anyway, you know, the resources that what we charge is an extraordinarily fair price. And if you saw the bill that comes from the hotel, you'd be able to say, yeah, I guess it actually costs almost as much for us to be here by the time you deal with coffee that costs you $125 a gallon.
Okay,
What?
I have to jump on here because
Yes.
I want to take a real quick second to let you know how Harry kind of joined our SPAC family. And it was many years ago when we went to Photokino, which was the premier European high volume photography show at the time. And we decided to have a SPAC Europe. It was one day, one room, a whole bunch of speakers, because we wanted to build that community. We have a lot of people who were coming organically to SPAC. But then we did so well there. We provide a little networking time. It was wonderful. Harry helped us with the lineup of really great speakers that they then moved on and have offered this little SPAC nugget in different parts of the world. We have been to the UK. We have been to South Africa. It was phenomenally well received in these parts. So we wanted to bring them all home to the mothership, so to speak, and feature some of these amazing international speakers who run large school photography businesses over in their portions of the world, because ideas are naturally grown from other people connecting and getting to know each other. So the pre-conference is filled with all of our international speakers. And then we have a couple speaking in the regular session in the regular as well. You can add it if you've already registered. Like Calvin said, you just go on and you can still add that ticket and then just plan on being there. It's worthwhile. Okay, I'm going to go back down to my bubble now.
Well, thank you, Corey.
Behind the scenes, Miss Corey. All right, Harry, we're really looking forward to seeing you in a few weeks.
Thank you.
It's coming faster than we anticipated, but we'll be ready for it. I'm sure you will be too. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good evening, man. You can get off and go. And go home, okay? You take care, man.
Thanks.
Right. Bye-bye. All right, let's bring up Zach. Zach was having a little bit of challenges earlier today. We're going to try to hide that piece. Zach was having a little bit of challenges earlier with getting online, so we're going to try to bring him on now. We got him.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Sound. Here we go. Zach,
All right.
you're going to have to tell us from the front. You're with the photo guys. So
Yes,
tell us
sir.
who they are and where you're from.
So I'm Zach Reiniger. I'm the founder and CEO of the Photo Guys. We're based in Las Vegas, Nevada. So I appreciate you guys all coming out to see us. Been going to SPAC for years, and this is my first time speaking at SPAC. I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic. So Las Vegas, first time speaking, but you've been to SPAC previously. And what are you going to be sharing with us, with the folks? When and where are you going to be sharing?
Gotcha. Yeah. So I'm speaking on January 24th at 2 p.m. We're going to be covering how culture is your competitive advantage and a competitive edge. So we've experienced a lot of growth in the last few years. We're one of the new kids on the block. Yes, we take great photos, and yes, we sell them a little bit different. We do same day digital proofs. But one of the reasons why schools are calling us to come into their school to take their photos is I truly believe it's our culture. And I really think at companies that, I could teach them how our culture has become our competitive edge against our competitors out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And pretty much here at the Photo Guys, we built a purpose-driven company where culture isn't just a vibe, it's a system that's intentionally shaped through people, values, and processes. So in this session, we'll explore the company culture, how it could become your strongest competitive advantage. While leading with purpose isn't just good for morale, it's a smart business move as well.
Outstanding. Boy, so you have your elevators pitched down solid, don't you?
Hey man, that's what we do, right?
Hey, that's how it is in the real world. That's how it works. That brings success. So you're going to be sharing information from your perspective on how culture impacts the overall, not just within the company, but even the sales side of the business, because people find value in a culture that they can relate to and that is responsive to their needs. Correct?
Absolutely. Good news travels fast.
Okay, that's powerful. What else you got to say, man? Because this is a quickie right there. That's just too fast.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. I know it's a Saturday session, so I think it's the last day there. I think I can provide a lot of value for any existing company. If you're looking to grow your team, looking for good morale ideas, we have something special cooking here at the Photo Guys, and I'm just looking forward to sharing it with everybody.
All right, man. We appreciate you being here. We look forward to you being the first-time speaker. We look forward to you. Don't forget our first-time speaker meeting that happens just before the conference begins. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to move over to Lexine Malady now. I hope I got it right. Hello, Lexine.
Oh, I'm back. You got it right. You're good.
Well, I try, a few names here and a few names there over the years. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, internationally, now you're just good everywhere.
Absolutely. International. It's a wonderful thing. So you're coming out of Canada, a small city near Ottawa.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Small town.
Say that again.
Very small town, and we're taking some space, kicking out the big guys slowly.
So talk to us about your date and time, as well as what you're going to be sharing with our organization.
Absolutely. So I'll be presenting on Thursday, the 22nd at 12:30 at Sonoma Sea so far, if ever doesn't move. And I'll be talking about how to get extra income from your already established clients. I want to change my title so it's more like make more bank. You already know the people, kind of along those lines. So really, I actually have a wedding venue. I've been a wedding photographer for 10 years. I started back in high school, and I got into volume photography 5 years ago. And it's been really interesting how my other services that sustain me all year long helps me actually gain new clients and is my competitive edge to also keep them when the other big guys kind of come and try to knock me out, or as a way of my elevator pitch. So I want to share all those extra things that I've put in place, sustain my staff, sustain myself, as I was growing it too. And I love the little saying of KISS, keep it simple, stupid. So that's why it's on my wall.
Okay. It makes a lot of sense. Now is this product based or it's a venue based? You mentioned that you had a wedding venue. So are you're marrying that into some of the offerings that you provide to your schools? Is that that I'm hearing?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. I'm like, in my talk, I'll be providing a bunch of different things. Like, obviously not everyone can go buy an event venue. That's definitely different. It's more that I've touched different businesses, grew them with a lot of staff, and know the importance of keeping your people like all year long and how hard it is. And I heard it a lot in the past 2 years that I've been to SPAC on like, do you fire them? Do you rehire them? And it's so hard to find quality people. So it's like, hey, I want to share different ways that I've taken my clients, offered different services, not necessarily venue based there at all, but more photography related, maybe rentals, all those kinds of things, so that they come to you whenever they have a need and they don't want to leave you anymore, because now you help them out with so many different things in their school or even on the corporate side, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, there is a point in the business where the relationship allows you to you can leverage the existing relationship into generating more money sometimes the additional money is greater than what you went in there initially for the photography side. I'm not sure if you experienced that, but I know that happens with us on the printing side and other things that we offer. We pivoted to some printing during the pandemic, and now it's a significant component of our organization, of our business. It's like, whoa, this is crazy. Even if it's just brokered and we're not even touching it, just letting it go through our hands and scraping off our piece of the pie. So, hey, we look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much for coming out of Ottawa. And have you been to SPAC before? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it's going to be my third time. So I was
and you're already
years ago.
You're already sharing information. Holy smoke, that's powerful. That's powerful. We're really looking forward to that. All right, thank you so much. Hey, Corey, let's bring them all.
I'm bringing everybody on for the goodbye. So let's just bring on everybody. Is everyone here?
Yeah.
Everybody here? Okay. So let me just do a little quick game. Who has been to SPAC last year? Just 1 year. Just 1 year. Calvin, what are you doing?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Who's been to 2 SPACs? Keep your hand up. Who's been to 3 SPACs? Who's been to 4 SPACs? Who's been to 5 SPACs? 6? 7? 8? 9? 10? 11? 12? Okay. Calvin, you were born there. So and Brad, you were there all along too. This will be my first SPAC was 2013. I came in 1 month before the event.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I know. And we even got through COVID. Isn't that crazy? When we had to go virtual and I had to build this little thing that looked like a classroom. Hey, Roger, good to see you. So first of all, I want everybody watching to know that as big as our community is growing, the one thing that you're always going to find at SPAC is a smile, a friendly hello, and someone who is willing and wants to talk to you, right? Would you all say that? And we always try to build a community of openness and sharing. And so for those people who are sitting or maybe new, we had 40 people scholarship this year. It's a scholarship program. And by the way, if you want to support that scholarship, you just can buy a t-shirt, because all of our t-shirt merch sales goes towards helping us inviting more people to come to us in January. Now, if you're watching this and for some reason you just can't make it this January, we're always the same week. It's always the week after Martin Luther King. So put it on your calendar now. Don't book any business. And if you've never been to SPAC, look for our announcement for scholarships. Everybody got your room? Everybody got, well, Zach probably is just going to go home unless he doesn't want to.
Hey, Carrie, Corey, and as you speak of the scholarship, I just want to plug in.
Yeah.
The scholarship, our organization is about education, but there is a secondary piece of that thing that we call the scholarship, and that is the growth of our own businesses to the point of exiting our own businesses. We have to create users and help people get into the business so that as we decide to time out, age out, whatever you retire, or whatever you want to call it, we have to set up people to be able to sell our businesses to. The funding and financing, that's a different animal, but it's just we're creating our own pool of potential owners of the operations that we have by offering scholarships, bringing people in, getting them sound foundations, and allowing them to be a part of the industry. So that
is correct. And with all the things that are going on in the world with technology and also just the industry shakeups right now, I am seeing this as the season of the independent. This is a perfect opportunity for you to reassess what you want to do for 2026. And we will be offering, all included in all of our registrations, is one-on-one coaching. So in January, we are going to launch the set of coaches that we have, and you'll be able to set up a 15-minute session with someone. It could be Cheryl, and you will sit down one-on-one with them and talk about whatever topic it is that you identified, whether it be how do you grow your business, how do I handle PickSnub, whatever it could be. So one-on-one coaching is a part of your registration. That happens in January as well. So I want to thank all of my speakers. I appreciate you all. We are 49 days away, Calvin, from SPAC. And so it's crunch time. If you're emailing us right now, like you're one of 150 for me right now. So please be patient. I will get to you if it's urgent. I also have spacassistant@gmail.com. That's my daughter, Kaylee. She's also helping me out. You can try to reach out to her too. But we are here. We are last minute call for a Tuesday excursions. If you want to add a Tuesday excursion, now is the time to add that as well. We have still spots open for Valley of Fire, Neon Graveyard, as well as the Atomic Golf Experience. Lots of exciting things. I want to let you know that we have finalized Thursday night. It is going to be a magician and mentalist. It's going to be a real Las Vegas show. APS is stepping up. We just announced that. Kickoff party is going to be the Rhinestone and Rodeo from Candid Color, which is always fun. I know a lot of people like to dress in theme. So if you want to find that cute cowboy hat, or you want to wear something pretty for the awards dinner, you don't have to dress too fancy, but we like to see your best. Right, Calvin?
Absolutely. Because I'm not into theme dancing and I'm not into cornhole either. It's just me, okay?
Oh, you just brought it up. Okay, so new this year, because every year we have something new, right? Because that wouldn't be me. Anyways, we're having the SPAC zone, which is going to be up at the exhibit hall. That SPAC zone is going to be filled with a whole bunch of games you can play, some bars. That is where our happy hour food on Friday will be served. Also, we will be having a cornhole tournament sponsored by Studio Source. So we'll have more information on how you can sign up your cornhole team for that competition. But again, it's another zone we're creating for you guys to get together, network, collaborate, and just get to know some of these wonderful people in our community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. It's been great. We look forward to you continuing to watch these broadcasts as we try to provide you with additional information that is available in the Hoover app. You need to use it, get real familiar with it, because it's got all the tools that we need. And these speakers can interact with you if you send information or questions to them. They may not be able to do it quickly, but they're going to be able to know who you are, so that when you engage with them at conference time, they're going to be able to, oh, wait a minute, I remember the question that you had about such and such. Oops, I'm sorry, I never got back to you. This is how I would handle that. Just use the tools that we made available to you, and you'll have greater success during the conference. The other thing is, be sure to book your hotel room. We strongly encourage you to book the hotel rooms there at the South Point Hotel. We will, once we get past the maximum number that we have contracted for, they will give us space at the Grandview. I think it's Grandview or something else that's next door. It's a timeshare unit that they will allow us access to. But here's the kicker. When we reserve rooms, we reserve a certain number of rooms, thousands of nights. we reserve and guarantee the hotel that we're going to have enough occupancy that helps to pay for, again, the room costs and that sort of thing. So when you reserve a room, it helps us fill that occupancy requirement and doesn't cause us to potentially lose money if we didn't sell out the hotel. It's our intent to always sell out the hotel. And that right now, Corey, where are we at? What?
We're really close. We've sold out the hotel the last 6 years. So every year we always need overflow room at the Grandview. But I want to mention that our rate that we offer our attendees is a discounted rate. You're not going to find it anywhere else. And also, they also take care of those resort fees that we all know so well. So there is some savings in booking through our link. Absolutely. I heard from a little birdie that there was a spam email going around offering our exhibitors a deal on rooms at the South Point. I would not do that. That is not coming from us. The best deal you're going to get is at the link that is on our website, including our agendas on the website, full list of exhibitors, all that information is on the website. But better yet, just go ahead and download the app. If you can't get in, use the email that you used in your registration.
And a big shout out to Photo Day, and this will be the last one, I think. A big shout out to Photo Day. They've helped us completely revamp the website, the web presence, and whatnot. And they've done a phenomenal job working with us over the past few years on a variety of projects. And we're going to highlight those organizations that have been willing to donate their resources, their time, their expertise in helping us create a better environment, a better user experience for all of the attendees. So, signing off. Until next week, folks, have a wonderful one. And I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday weekend. Here, everyone that's here in the USA had a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thursday, Lexi. Right. Happy Thursday.
Yeah. Lexi, Harry, happy Thursday, okay?
And Harry. Bye, you guys. Thank you.
Guys.
See you next week.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yes.